Hello, Texas Rangers fans. I'm Positive C, Chris with a Positive C, here with Texas Rangers Daily, and I didn't want to, have breaking news start off the show like this. I thought, if any type of breaking news would happen, that I would report like on the day after or anything like that. It'd be, maybe a good trade or anything like that. No, it is the end of a small but a productive era of Texas Rangers history. It is the day that Bruce Bochy and the brass of the Texas Rangers, or probably Chris Young and staff, have decided to go in a different direction in managing. So Bruce Bochy, after a World Series in 2023 and two other not so productive years, you should say, in 2024 and 2025, out as your Texas Rangers manager. It's Texas Rangers Daily here on YouTube, brought to you by FanArch. If you could subscribe, like, share, do all that sort of stuff. It's kind of a terrible Tuesday, guys. It's not the most fun Tuesday. I'm sitting over in this area so you can just see the thank you, Bochy. It's hard. It's hard for a Rangers fan, which I am, to now lose probably the best manager, just pedigree-wise and actually, production-wise too, as you've seen, that the Rangers have ever had. Ronald Washington got us to two World Series, but we didn't win. Bochy got us to one, but it's difficult to be in a very positive mood whenever that sort of thing happens. But there's always positivity to be had. We'll have a positive spin later because I'm going to break down how it's actually okay that the Rangers aren't spending as much this next year. The payroll will be down because the expectations will be less. We'll also have to talk about Jake Berger going underneath the knife. He will have surgery on his wrist. Cody Freeman, that's a bright spot. It was a bright spot when he came up. He has been a bright spot in the minor leagues. He is a PCL, Pacific Coast League. Yeah, PCL. I had to think about it for myself. Sorry about that. Breaking news, breaking brain. But yeah, he's a PCL All-Star, and, we'll have to lead off with this breaking news. Bruce Bochy is gone after a 249 and 237 record. A World Series win in 2023. He is out as Texas Rangers manager. And Chris Young has always been a very open book. He has a way with words. He says this, and I got a good quote from, I think, Kennedy Landry. Bochy brought class and respect to our club. Let me start this over. Sorry. I want to make sure I get Chris Young's words right because he's very deliberate with his words. Bochy brought class and respect to our club in the return to the dugout and will always take pride in being part of his Hall of Fame career. We are grateful for everything he has given to the organization over the past few seasons and hopeful he can continue to impact the Rangers for many years to come. And that's because Bochy has been offered a role inside of the organization. Not really too sure what that role is, but he has been offered something to stay with the Rangers, just not in the managerial role. That is always kind of a olive branch that you would give to somebody like a Bruce Bochy who has the skins on the wall, the pedigree, but the age. And so you want him around, but you want to move in a different direction with the voice inside of the clubhouse. That's totally fine. That actually makes a lot of sense. I wonder who that choice will be. The betting favorite is Skip Schumacher because he's already in the organization, and he has been talked about as possibly the next big thing in baseball management. So that leaves what Bochy is going to do. I believe that Bochy is going to take some time. I think that's only the smart thing to do, unless he goes to San Francisco. If he goes to San Francisco, he's going immediately because you don't want to wait around on that. So yeah, if that happens and that's the case, that's why he left, because San Francisco fired their manager and decided to move in a different direction there. Bo Posey is the GM. Him and Bochy won a few World Series over there in San Francisco. I wonder if Buster wants to bring him over to just set a culture and then bring it so there's many options for Bruce Bochy. It's really awesome that he was here at any point in time. This guy has 2,252 wins. That is 6 amongst all managers all time, and the most amongst active managers. 4 World Series rings through at San Francisco and 1 with Texas. And does he retire? That's another question that could happen. He could retire. He did sound a little tired by the end of the year, but then there was also spurts of him having energy, and so apparently I think Mike Babbo had a interview with Fred and Blake, the Fan After Dark, the very last night when news broke, and he said he ran into him at the Sabermetrics convention, and he still had a lot of life, still had a lot of energy. So I expect there to be at least a little bit of chatter about Bruce Bochy continuing on his career. So yeah, that's the thing. Bruce Bochy is gone. And will be. I think I said this. I think the Rangers are going to take a backtrack no matter what anyway, especially now that Bruce is gone. It's not going to be something that it can be easily replaced. Even with a guy like Skip Schumacher, who, again, that's a lot of hype. That's a lot of it could be. We already knew what Bruce was. So, yeah, Bruce Bochy's gone. That he will not be in the future. But the futures of the Rangers is bright. Let's get some positivity here, because we're going to talk about Cody Freeman here. Cody Freeman is now a PCL All-Star. Let's give you some Cody Freeman facts right here. In 97 games in the minor leagues, he batted 336, 382 on base percentage with a slugging percentage of 549, 75 runs, 71 RBIs with 19 home runs and 18 stolen bases. And that skill set definitely translated at different points in times to the major leagues. That's a good sign. Cody Freeman is also, I think him and Osuna are the 2 little rascals that are actually young that have a chance to make the roster next year and to not start in the minor leagues. But he did pretty well in the minor leagues this year. He actually did pretty well in the major leagues too. He batted .305 with runners in scoring position. That was really awesome. Batted .301 when... God, I can't read my writing sometimes. Scratch that stat. All home runs. This is actually my favorite stat. Scratch this stat. This stat's good. All home runs in the major leagues were in the 7th, 8th, or 9th. He hit .308 runners in scoring position. My fault. He hit .305 when starting. He hit .301 when starting at second base. Now I see that. Anyway, okay. So scratch that. Reverse it. Batted .301 when starting at second base. All home runs in 7th, 8th, or 9th innings. And he batted .308 with runners in scoring position. I'm sorry. I can't read sometimes. Those are all great major league stats. So, yeah. Definitely looking forward to the future with Cody Freeman. He looks very good in second base. So, I think if Semien is someone that actually can move, which his contract doesn't seem like that's something that can do, or if Semien moves positions. There hasn't been a lot of talk about, Marcus Semien moving positions or, being a DH or anything like that. So, and he's been a very, very good second baseman. So the talks just haven't been there. Maybe Cody goes to third base. Maybe Josh Young loses his job. We don't know, but good job. Congratulations, Cody Freeman. And not good job. Sad day for Jake Berger going underneath a knife. It's never good when anybody has surgery, but Jake Berger is having surgery on his wrist. He hurt it in mid-August. Apparently the injury is probably a big cause to a little bit of his final month and a half struggles. He wasn't hitting the fastball at all anyway. He was hitting 195 against the fastball and only slugging 416 against the fastball. When your wrist is hurt, you definitely can't whip that bat around, get that torque that you need. It pains you to swing the bat. It's gonna definitely pain you to swing the bat to get your bat head out in front of that fastball, especially the high velocity fastballs in Major League Baseball right now, where everyone's 96, 97, 98, 99. So it's it makes sense. It makes sense that he was hurt. Yeah, apparently, it's kind of the same thing that Josh Young had at the end of 2024. So expect Jake Berger to be okay and ready for spring training. But again, just like Josh Young struggled this year, let's keep an eye out on that for Jake Berger. Poor guy going underneath the knife. He's going to have another offseason of a lot of stuff on his mind, including rehab. And finally, it's a positive spin. It's a positive spin, and we need a little positivity right now in our hearts because Bochy's gone. We have the 2023 World Series to remember, but what exactly do we have to look forward to next year and beyond? Well, we have less expectations. That's what we have to look forward to, and that's a good thing because after the World Series year, I think this fan base and a little bit of the media started. Okay, so the Arizona Diamondbacks have one World Series. They won that in 2001, and they really hadn't been back since, and hadn't been really a factor since. That happened with the Anaheim Angels. They won in 2002. Had a few good years afterwards, but really weren't a factor in any big playoff pushes after that. That could be what happened with the Texas Rangers, and I think that the idea that this team, especially after 2024, was going to be better in 2025 wasn't laughable because the pieces you would think on paper were there. But as soon as things started going wrong and things weren't, fitting in the place, it should have been a big sign that you need to jettison and maybe start again. They didn't. With, even though DeGrom works out, that's a lot of money. Seager, Simeon, a lot of money. You're still paying. Gashioka makes a little bit of money. You signed him. Like, there's lots of money out there with, fifth largest payroll, something like that. I think the lowering of a payroll, getting some players here that might be more hungry than paid. The Little Rascals were doing well, and having that fire lit underneath this team again, I think it's a good thing. And I think the expectations being lower is also going to be a good thing. I think coming into next year, not thinking that this team is going to be a World Series contender is going to be good for the Texas Rangers. Is absolutely going to free up some of these guys. There was lots of pressing happening with this team, and you know why? Not because of Boch. Boch is doing a great job at trying to manage these personalities, but the outside and the idea of what this team was supposed to be definitely caused some of these guys to choke a little bit. To say it, kind of bluntly, this team kind of choked. And it's because of what we thought that this lineup was going to be, what we thought this team was going to be. This team kind of choked, and it sucks to say. And now we're going to do the rest of this rebuild or rebrand almost for what this team was supposed to be, which is a whole bunch of slug, to maybe something different. We're going to do this without Bruce Bochy. Can we do it with a new manager? We'll have to see. Can we do it with a smaller payroll? We will definitely have to see. And can we do it tomorrow? Yes, we will. It's a Way Back Wednesday tomorrow. We're going to go see Way Back Wednesday. When's the last time we got rid of a manager that had been very successful? When's the last time he had to leave? I think that was Ron Washington. We're going to go over to Ron Washington's last season as a Texas Rangers manager here tomorrow on Texas Rangers Daily. Thank you to FanArch. Thank you, Bruce Bochy. Thank you out there for paying attention. Download this. You can download this. No. Subscribe, like, share this, and let me know how I'm doing in those comments down below. This is Texas Rangers Daily. Monowia, stay gold, Pony Boy.